Brent and Ryan in the morning. Hi, I'm Brent.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is
Brent
and Ryan in the morning. Ryan, this was such a good idea for us to escape the horrible winter of Iowa and get out here on the beach for this episode on location. What a great idea.
Oh my goodness, this is exactly what we needed. I wish that we could have brought our people with us. Or could we?
We can.
That's right.
In fact, this Sunday, we've got something special planned. You don't want to miss it.
Beach Week!
Absolutely. This is going to be amazing. We're going to have fruit and tropical food to eat. We're going to have some fruit punch out in the foyer. We're going to encourage everybody. I think I'm going to preach in this shirt Sunday,
Oh, yeah.
Ryan.
That's a nice shirt.
I know. It's good. It's good and nice. So I'm going to preach. You're going to be wearing a Hawaiian shirt as well. We're going to invite people to do that with us. Bring your spring gear. Yeah. If you're really bold, you can wear some flip-flops even and join us as we celebrate. It may be cold. It will be cold outside.
It will be.
But we're going to have some fun on the inside.
Hopefully our plane gets us back in time.
But if it doesn't, you know what? I can just sit here and enjoy a little more time on this beach.
Absolutely.
Ryan, I realize we're on the air, and I've still got my sunglasses on. You know why?
Why is that, Brent?
Because your legs are so white, they're blinding me.
But you know what?
What's that?
I'm going to turn this thing into a Bible reference.
Oh, that's right. We've got something to do.
We have a task at hand. Paul throws a little bit of shade in your reading this week. As you're reading through 2 Timothy,
he does.
I noticed as I was reading through, he doesn't just say that there are people, Timothy, that you need to teach and make sure that they don't lead the church. He starts calling them out by name,
he does.
one by one by one.
That had to be pretty embarrassing if your name ended up in that list, right?
Yeah, not a good reason to have your name in the Bible.
Not a good reason at all.
Demas.
But you know, 2 Timothy is a great letter. You know, sometimes we think, oh, it's a book of the Bible. No, it was a really personal letter written by a mentor to his mentee. Mm-hmm. And it was the last thing that we have that Paul wrote. And it was just kind of this really encouraging letter to his protege.
Yeah. And so he writes this letter. It's at the very end of his life. He's been in jail for a while. He's thinking he's probably going to be dying very soon.
He knows what's coming.
He knows it. And so he just gives this incredible encouragement.
Yeah, he does.
And it's the type of letter, though, it's real easy for us to read it and feel that encouragement of, you know what, hold on to the faith. Fight the good fight. Keep going.
Press on.
Things are going to be hard.
Yeah,
Some people
are
going to come at you and make things go not how you anticipate. But keep fighting because it's worth it. Yeah. The gospel of Jesus is so worth it.
And when we think about these letters and they're not maybe it being so theological sometimes, I think looking at the end of 2 Timothy, one of the things that stuck out to me was, and when you come to me, Timothy, bring my coat and my papers. You know, here's my list of things I need you to pick up at the house for me.
Yeah.
You know, this is a truly personal letter written, and it's great that we have access to it. But, you know, before we got to 2 Timothy, we were in the book of Titus. Yeah. And really, there was one overarching thing that I remember in Titus that I thought was really important. And Paul, again, talks about the idea of elders. Mm-hmm. Ryan, what do you pick up from the idea of elders?
So, I mean, the reason that Paul says he left Titus there was to establish church structures and leadership to make sure that these churches stayed healthy. Right. And the main structure he establishes is to say, he calls these people elders, but the elders are the ones who are responsible for the health of the church and the leading and the vision.
Right. And protecting and guarding and guiding, because there were false teachers that kept rising and presenting false gospels. And Paul knew the importance of every church body having a group of leaders that they could look to kind of help navigate those things. And so that's a significant part of that letter to Titus. And then we jump in and we start back into a gospel. We get to the Gospel of Mark. Mm-hmm. And Mark is really different because everything kind of comes very fast, doesn't it, Ryan?
It absolutely does. What I love when you read Mark, we don't see it in our Bible translations, but if you're reading through it in the Greek, what you see is immediately. And every paragraph is like, he heals this person, heals that person, drives out these demons. This person reaches out to touch his garment and is healed. This person's raised to life. in just the first chapter and a half or 2 chapters that we read today, we see so many miracles.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
And that can be a real challenge to us. I know as I was reading right off the bat, and as you read ahead, you'll notice that, man, Mark often talks about demon possession and casting out demons, and it's not just Jesus that does, but the disciples that do. And really, with all the miracles and that demon possession idea, it can be a real challenge to us to really want to discount the spiritual warfare that's taking place, and the supernatural. But then we just have to realize that if our faith is placed in Jesus, who we've already read in Luke that has risen from the dead, then really should any of these things be any more of a challenge for us, like demon possession that Jesus can overcome and overpower, the miracles that he performs? Is that any more supernatural for us to believe in if we believe in the resurrection?
Absolutely. It just shows, and Mark was trying to get the point across, Jesus is the most powerful God,
and he is the Messiah. He's the promised one. And so it's exciting to read, and I know as you look into next week, you're going to finish the Gospel of Mark by Friday of next week, which will be exciting. But there's just so much going on in Mark, story after story, just boom, boom, boom.
One thing that was shocking to me is right towards the end of today's reading, we're still in day 1 of Mark, and we already read that the Pharisees were plotting to kill Jesus.
They are.
It did not take them long.
It doesn't take long. They did not like him or what he had to say.
No.
Well, you know what, Ryan? I'm really excited to be on this beach right now. I'm really excited to be drinking this Brent and Ryan in the morning daiquiri.
Oh, maybe we could give these away when we get back.
I think we probably could. Maybe. You know? And I'm really excited about Beach Week this Sunday at Ashworth. And so it's going to be an awesome day. Well, you know what? I don't want to miss the rest of these rays. And so I think I'm just going to sit back and relax. This has been a very wonderful, relaxing, exciting episode of
Brent and Ryan in the morning.
And we'll see you guys later.